Buddy, as always, I'm trying to. Nope, I'm gonna have to leave it like this. That's the problem. I know. Welcome back. Welcome back to Time of Jesus and Truck Talk. And actually, I got my official truck gear on, Carhartt. Remember all the posts? But man, are you wearing the same shirt every day? No, I got a lot of blue Carhartt, long sleeve, short sleeve, tan, purple, pink, whatever. But anyways, you guys gotta just go with me. It was a long night. I mean, I think I roughly probably got about 2.5 hours sleep last night. It's just unbelievable. But anyways, let's dig into this. The deceiving ways of Satan. We keep going in different directions, and you guys gotta give me a second because I'm reading all this stuff live, and I'm gonna reply to you live because, yeah, what? Well, well, hey Tracy, good morning. I was not expecting you on, but I'm glad you're here. But although I kind of figured by the other messages and stuff too, you know, Tracy's always been a big supporter, and she's always been through the ups and downs and the craziness of the roller coaster, and never taken me wrong. So how can you go wrong with that in life? I'm about to show you guys some stuff that I've been promising, and I finally got it. You're gonna have to forgive the cracked phone. It's no anybody who's been following these channels long enough knows that broken more phones. I was gonna say breaking, but you guys are gonna say it's not a word. Um, Caleb, oh my, Caleb, I believe if I'm pronouncing you guys' name wrong, I apologize. Caleb, it's good to see you, brother. And King Coldman, I think I've seen posts from you before, if I'm not mistaken. If not, welcome here for the first time. If not, welcome back. Salom, 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 my brother, salom. I agree with you. Now, guys, this is going to blow your mind. And again, I'm not trying to step on anybody's feet, and people lost family members there. I get it, but wait till you see these pictures. And right here it is. You love it? Glasses? No, I'm just kidding. Look at this. I'm going to read you this article first, okay? In 1945, a bomber now. Think about this. 1945, and let's fast forward all the way to 2011. You think they use this same... How am I receiving messages on a phone that's not even on? Seriously. See the purple one that lights up? That means I got a message up there. Bizarre. God works in a mysterious way. 1945, a bomber crashed into an Empire States building. I'm not making this up. Look at this. Oh, well, now it's taking whatever pictures it wants to take. Come on now, give it back to me. Okay, here you go. See that? See the people? Now wait here. Wait. Remember what I said? Where's the dang planes? I've been saying this for years, and people's been against me. Now, this is the Empire States Building. Now, correct me if I'm wrong if this is not New York. I always thought it was. Maybe the Empire States Building's not in New York. I'm really, at this point in my career of life and things, I don't know what career I have, but hey, it sounded important, didn't it? It's all about being important. But listen, watch this, people. I'm about to blow your mind. This picture still haunts me about how corrupted that our government is, and how they're trying to turn us against each other because they don't want we the people. Man, brothers and sisters, I don't care what race we are. I don't care what country you're from. I hate the borders, but I don't like these people coming over here raping your mothers, your sisters, your daughters, your wives, your sons. I mean, it's all over. I mean, evil has no sex, people. It doesn't care what it does, okay? But look at this. Now, our plane supposedly went in and got stuck in the tower. So that means it would be hanging out, correct? Agree with me? This is the Empire State Building in 1945, people. The same post I just read to you. Tell me that don't blow your mind. That thing's sliding down the building. Sliding down the building. Well, we could clearly see there's a plane. Oh, Nelson, that's crazy. And if you think, well, maybe it hit at a 30 degrees, 45, 90, 360, whatever. Thanks, Tracy. I figured it was in New York. Isn't New York? I always tell people, even Tracy, I see the floods in New York. And I'm getting to that today. What Jesus told me to tell you guys yesterday, but my brain wasn't there. But today it's a little on fire. It's firing about an 8-cylinder. I'm firing about a 2-cylinder. That's all 8 cylinders fire on 2 cylinders. You guys believe me? I'm serious. Look it up. Google it. It's convincing, isn't it? I know some of you are probably going, no, dude, it's 8 cylinders and 8-cylinder. It's got a fire. You got a problem. Boom, boom, boom. That's why the firing order don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's got a bounce. It's got a fire. Never mind. Here's the problem I have. Is this picture right here that proves maybe to nobody else, but it proves to my simple little, anybody. I'm sure we all seen peas. A pea has more of a brain than I have anymore, and it makes sense to me. Look at this picture. I'm going to blow it up. Look at this picture, people. This is actually a true event. You see the plane? It's sticking out of the building. Wouldn't that have happened at 9/11? The Pentagon, wouldn't it be sticking out of the Pentagon? But yet, no, two security guys that knew too much died. The only one that died that they claimed that died in the Pentagon. Oh, I get it. A plane comes flying through the middle of the Pentagon. No dirt is disrupted. No soil. No grass flying. No skid marks. No nothing. No people. No bodies. No paramedics there like the towers. Wait, you got to see this. What is going on with this honka fauna? I don't even really want to show this picture. And this is how disturbed I am with this. They pulled one over on us for sure. You're right. Amen. Absolutely, Tracy. Absolutely. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Good morning. Good morning to everybody that's on here, or anybody that's going to watch it. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good mid, good trib, good. I'll get into that too. This person is being recognized for an accomplishment on all days 9/11. I want you to pay really close attention to this picture, okay? I want you to pay really close attention. I'm going to blow it up as much as I can get it. Okay, here it comes. Anybody see any problems here? And I'm going to let you look at it for a few seconds before I give you my brilliant idea on this one. Because a lot of people say I speculate. No, I'm not speculating. I mean, really, look at this nonsense. Okay, I'm going to try to hold this. You see the smoke up here? Okay. You see the little kid? You see the guy taking the picture, or the woman, whoever's taking the picture of all this? Look at the people. Wouldn't you be grabbing your kid and running from this? Look at the people. They're walking away from this. They're not running. No one looked up. That means there's no explosion. There had been no explosion yet. That means there's been no plane yet. Because you're going to tell me that a plane just slammed into that tower and these people down here are just walking? Look at that. I mean, they're having a conversation like there's no tomorrow here, people. I would imagine. I mean, from what I can tell, look at the guy in the white shirt in the very front. He's got his head turned to the person next to him, talking to him. Not one person looked behind them. You think the person filming their kid would be like, something's on fire up there? Because guess what? This picture was taken at 9:08 a.m. 2 minutes before the first plane supposedly hit. That don't blow your mind. It blows my mind. I wish I could show this in a better detail. But, I mean, look at the people that are standing against the fence there, or wall, whatever that is. just standing there. I mean, you could clearly see it better in this picture. But here's the thing that baffles me. That's the close-up of the top of the towers. Okay, the first tower gets hit. The second tower is there. You see the windows are kind of blacking out. Why are they black? I mean, from the smoke, all this smut, or however you say that. It, yeah, it's very blurry, and I do apologize, guys. I mean, it's the best I could do because I had to snap it from my phone onto this phone so I can actually show you guys because I'm not that tech. I'm gonna see if I can get it to where it's better for you guys to see it. Let me know if that's any better. I could try zooming out of it a little bit and see if that works. Maybe that will help if I don't try to get so close. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I'm going to try to get another picture, but I have to zoom in a little bit. Anyways, I don't want to put a lot of time on this, but, and it doesn't help the brightness sometimes in the room. What about that? Does that help? Blows my mind. Now think about this. Now think about if you were in the tower next to this when this happened. Are you really going to be going, hey, it's on fire, guys. I think we should wait here and just wait to see what happens. I don't know about anybody else, but that's too close for comfort for me. But the curiosity of me, I mean, I did fire training in nursing homes and stuff and severe weather and stuff like that, tornado chasing. I mean, I did some crazy things. I think I would go to survival and trying to get people out of there. You look at the visions and the stuff that I talk about that that God has chosen me to move people in from that was still here through the rapture blows my mind. That because I do have that. I'm just going to put it nice about myself. The stupid mechanism that, and I'm not calling God stupid because God, Jesus says, "For I have chosen you; you have not chosen me." I'll keep getting to you guys. If you guys' this comment gets up, just tell me to scroll down on your comments, and I'll get to it. There is a building near the twins that collapsed for no reason. There was video showing bright light inside it. No kidding. Isn't that something? It collapsed for no reason. But here's the thing that touches me on that. I think it was in Europe or Africa. There was a tower, same height as the Twin Towers, same structure, built the same. So I'm thinking they used the blueprints from, I think it was Europe. They used the blueprints from that to build the towers because of the height and stuff like that. But doesn't that blow your mind that that building burnt for 2.5 hours? Burnt for 2.5 hours and never fell. It's still there today. As far the last time I checked, which was about 2020, 2021. Yes, explosives were used building. Yeah, because you think about the people that were getting headaches. They said they kept seeing unmarked vehicles come into there. They said they were painting, doing all this thing in there. It turns out to be the stuff they were using was an explosive paint, basically. I don't know much about demolition, but the guy that does the demolitions in New York, I listened to his whole article about how he brings down the buildings. And he says exactly what these people were smelling, the sight of the colors and the stuff. They called it some kind of primer. And the fact that I just want to do one more thing. And I promise you guys, I will go on to what Jesus has given me. I just want you guys to tell me, and I'm not going to say a word. I want to see in your comments, what's wrong with this picture? And I'm reading you a story, but what's wrong with this picture? I'll even give you an A and B thing to it. Is this right? Or is this one right? Really good book, people. That right there. Basically, when I held the book upside down, and I act like I was reading to you like this, it's upside down. Do we agree? Because if I do it in front of you, no hidden images here, boom, that would be upright. As you can see, upright, upside down. George Bush, the son, was in the school reading from a book upside down when 9/11 happened. Okay. And then proceeded to sit there. Why? They just told him. Okay. I don't know back in, but anyways, if you're the commander in chief, wouldn't you get any video going? Because skull and bones. Okay, Tracy, I'm not. I don't understand what skull and bones mean. But anyway, this book, I just want to touch. If you guys ever want to get a book, it's called Jesus Answers Your Every Need, Your Every Prayer. Okay? And basically, inside, it gives you your list of problems, I say. And I'm telling you, it covers everything. Say this one. Say, I can't say no. If you got a problem saying no to people and you want to, but you can't, this book will tell you how to do it God's way. And everybody thought I was just smart. I let it out of the bag. No, I don't want to drop it, but I don't want to knock everything over either. Okay, I'm just going to drop it. She was a part of his skull and bones of remember. Bush. Yeah, good old Bush. Bush, to me, I don't care. I mean, I do care. Don't. It's just the way I talk, people. Anybody's been watching these videos long enough, you know. But Bush, to me, I love Bush because he always made me laugh. And I had a weird sense. I still do. I have a weird sense of humor, but let's push him. I'm not giving any credit to Bush or anybody else. It's just sometimes I think we would go bonkers if we didn't have some laughter somewhere down through life or some peace. But anyways, that stuff is horrible. Oh, okay. So here's what the Lord's been giving me. He's been talking more and more about these floodings, these fires, the earthquakes, the destruction. We're seeing the signs. I mean, we're seeing these cattle and stuff, the perfect sacrifice. I know people are going to come against this. And I'm not trying to question anybody's beliefs, but I also come from a darker belief before I come from the light of belief. Basically, a satanic belief before a godly belief. So walk with me on this. I probably have to keep putting these glasses on and on so I can see. Yes, the name of the book is Jesus Answers. And I'm telling you guys, you can't go wrong by getting that. Let me scroll down a little bit. King Crimson. I think I called you King Coleman, but it's Crimson. Is it King Crimson? Crimson or Crimson? Crimson. Either way, I think it's pretty cool. Hopefully, I didn't butcher it, but I'm still curious. I wonder what that bright light was. I wonder if it was something fuse. You know how it sparks and that flash, basically, kind of like when you're welding and it does that flash. Sometimes, I used to have that sometimes, and my eyes would be like if I didn't have my mask down. I know that I don't recommend it, and that's probably why I got eyesight today problems too. It's probably part of the reasons. But if you do it too long, man, it'll actually feel like sand or something, and you can't sleep. I couldn't sleep that night for doing stupid stuff. But anyways, uh, let's go on. So the Lord told me, I think it was last year or the year before, that the United States would not be spared from disasters. We would not be spared from the wars that are coming. If we think all these cartel and all these immigrants that were allowed over here, I don't even want to say that. I'm not calling them illegal, because we're all illegal to this world. I don't belong to this world. I belong to the kingdom of heaven. We have to understand something here. The Lord said they've been setting up stations all over the United States for one extreme attack. We are going to be attacked, people. I just don't know when it's going to be. I haven't really prayed on it, because I've been praying on healing a lot of myself, and I know that sounds selfish, but sometimes I believe Satan kicks you when you're into an area in life that, and I think it was I think, correct, if she usually watches his video, because she usually comments on the email. I think it's Nancy. Nancy, correct me if I'm wrong. It might not have been you, but wasn't it you that asked me to do the video about how all this changed me and how I'm seeing things today? And it was interesting, because that you asked that, because you're the only one that's asked me something like that. And yes, I have spoken on different videos and stuff, but I wasn't really wanting somebody to ask me that. It did, people. This accident, I would say, if I had to do a video on this, it would be probably it would outdo everything I did on that hell testimony. I mean, I believe it would blow it out of the water, because you guys would probably see God and Jesus in a totally different light. You would probably see Satan for truly what he's capable of doing. And I was exhausted, the fight that I fought through this. And officially, I know for a fact, and Darlene could testify on it, I know twice I can say I honestly died in the last time here that this happened, since December 16th of 2024 to where we are today. So don't ever underestimate Satan. You know, you go into where Jesus, in the book of Matthew, if you go in there and where Jesus just got baptized and filled with the Father's Spirit, why did he need to get filled with the Father's Spirit? Because Jesus is pure. I believe in my own thoughts, like I was kind of touching yesterday, that God sent Jesus to be flesh, to go to the cross, because he's the only one worthy. Okay, but I also believe that God blocked his sight, his hearing, and his thoughts to where he came from. I also know that we come from heaven. God chose us. Believe it or not, God has chose you. I don't care if you look at the sinner of all sinner. God chose them for a reason here. We didn't come from heaven a sinner. We were born into sin. Sin followed us because we allow it. We allow sin into our lives. Let me check these real quick. I know I'm always going to butcher your name, but is it Caleb? It's Caleb, right? Just put a Y or an N, or. But man, I love you too, our woman, because I actually know a girl named Caleb. But she doesn't pronounce it Caleb. She pronounce it. Never mind. But anyways, when he took him up on the mountain and he says, "Look as far as you can see. If you bow to me, I shall give you everything that was in my authority that was given to me." So therefore, you can't say Satan doesn't have control. When I called this the devil's playground, and I still do because it is his playground. He's got everybody dancing around in this playground thinking you deserved everything. You are owed everything. Where in the Bible does it say I'm owed anything? I don't even deserve God's grace. I don't deserve his mercy. I don't deserve his forgiveness. Let alone to have to go ask for forgiveness for numerous things over and over and over. Good example. I know a lot of you comment on, I can't believe some of the stuff you say, but I'm glad you use your life and you're willing to put the stuff out there, because one lady said she actually spit coffee across the room because she could not believe that I say some of the stuff I say. Well, how else are you going to know that it happens to everybody? Sin is sin, people. So honestly, true. I mean, think about it. Why would you say some of these things if I'm lying? I wouldn't lie to you because I know what awaits me. God despises liars. Jesus talks about liars. One of the things that was asked of me, what is the number one sin that you think that you fell into, that you didn't willingly walk into, but you got trapped into? Wow. I knew what it was, but I didn't want to say. But I did eventually say, and we were in a conversation, and I told him. Remember what a long time ago back when I was talking about my spelling is so-so. I mean, I'll spell something and it looks right to me, even if somebody put 5 words in front of me and one of them was the correct spelling, I most likely wouldn't pick it because it doesn't look right to me. True. I'm not making this up. It's true. My English teacher, when I was growing up, because bouncing around to all them schools, I think she finally realized it, and kids would make fun of me because we would pass our test off to other people, and they would make fun of me, like, really bad. And at that time, I still had a bad stuttering, not so much around kids at that point, but still around adults. So, think about this. I misspelled a word, which led me into the porn web. And at that point in life, my kids were young, and it was the relationship never was kind of, I mean, I'm not going back into my whole ex thing and all that stuff, but basically, who cares? You do your thing, leave me alone. I'll watch the kids. I'll make sure the kids are fed, make sure their laundry's done, their whatever they need, and that kind of deal. Because it was cheaper than having to be sucked into court every time I got a pay raise, which happened, or the fact it want more money, more money, more money. The agreement was when I picked them up on the weekends, I had to go to a hotel. You know how expensive that gets? I mean, there was times I was buying a box of crackers, doing landscaping outside I was at work at 4:00 in the morning to get my gear, my cruise stuff ready. And sometimes I wouldn't come back to the shop until 9, 10 o'clock at night. Can you imagine just eating crackers all day? It was horrible. I'd fill up my water jugs out of people's faucets off their houses. Sure. But I fell into that industry, and I forgot, truly, and this is all true, I fell into it and I forgot to understand what was happening. I let Satan out of my sight. Before you know it, random things turned into, but this is why I say watch how old your kids are than anybody that thing. It wasn't like I was pleasuring myself. We'll just say that. It was the fact of human body, the different styles of human body, I guess. I don't know. It was nothing other than that. But this gets used against me all the time, believe it or not. It does. I mean, I've even till 3 or 4 years ago, it got used against me again. Also, I've had a family member he read the devil's Bible. Get it straight, it's Lucifer's Bible. It's in Satan's control. But And a lot of women, because I say things in a certain way or anything like that, they take it as, oh, you're coming on to me. I've actually had this happen not too long ago. You seem a little flirtatious to me. And then when I explain things, then they're upset. Like I offended them, but I wasn't. I don't get it. Uh, there's a lot of things that I'm intelligent about, and a lot of things that I know, a lot of wisdom, in a lot of ways. I'm telling you, people, I fixed cars when I didn't even know what I was doing. Something was feeding me how to take something apart and put it back together. I think it's that little kid that I was able to go grab stuff out of the trash cans, and people left stuff in there. People brought stuff to my house, and I tear it all apart, use the wires. God didn't make a mistake with me. He's not going to do it with you. But that is the one thing I had to repent from over and over and over. It took over me. It took over me. And it led me into alcohol again, led me into drugs again, because I was ashamed of myself. I couldn't defeat Lucifer. I couldn't defeat Satan. I was too far out of my league at that point, because I lost hope in life because of everything that I was going through with that situation of my children's mother. Let me check these things real quick. Let me know, hey man, back at you, man. I truly love you guys. Um, I know it's difficult sometimes to watch and hear some of this stuff, but I know a lot of you relate to it. See, you look at the lust of the eye. It's not just a man looking at a woman and lustful of there, because once you already, I'm telling you, and people, I literally have people look at me and go, oh my gosh. And they say, well, what's the difference if you have a thought, if you see a good looking woman walking in front of you and you're married, and you have a play out in your mind, or you think of it. I say, well, you committed adultery either way, because the act's already in your head. You already went there in your head. What if I'm single? You shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be having any kind of sex outside of marriage. Now, what if I was already married, got a divorce, and I'm seeing this person and we're getting married? Take it to God. I really, I struggle with a lot of that too. But it was the fact that before Darlene moved into the house, I asked her to marry me. And under the the authority of Jesus that I gave it to, I don't see how that would be wrong. Because weird part about this, here's where I kind of go. In the Bible, when it says if somebody's caught in the act of adultery, give them the paperwork, or however it's worded, and then you're set loose from them. But it never said anything about getting a marriage license or going in front of somebody to be married. But we do know they did have marriages in there, because look at the wedding where Jesus turned the water into wine. But did everybody get married? I mean, I don't know. I mean, so you kind of go. The only thing I can say is take it to God, lay it at Jesus's feet, and give it to Jesus, and go to somewhere quiet and keep praying and be silent. I want you to think about this cell phone. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's busted up pretty bad. No, we can't see it. Anyways, I ain't gonna waste time. If any of you ever been to a jail, or you've seen a movie, it either slides or the door opens this way and closes, the old style, the westerns. But you sit inside of a cell, okay? And hell, the cells are open. No need to have a door that closes. I've heard people say the doors were closed, you're stuck in there. No, you're not. Nope. No. Nowhere in hell I seen a cell that the doors were closed. The only gates that are closed in there is the four corner gates. Heaven's got four gates too, but heaven, they're always open. Because who's going to be wanting to run out of them gates? I don't think anybody. Hell, Jesus locked them to keep the nonsense in, but we keep inviting the nonsense out. I'm going to get to that. See this? What do they call it? Cellular phone. Let's drop this off of it. Cell phone. That's where we get cell phone from. Tell me what's the difference between this cell phone and a cell you sit in. Door's locked, you're captive. You're captive in this. Satan has given you too much authority and power at your feet, I should say at your hands, and you're losing. I love my family. Do you? What'd your kids do last night? I don't know, Nelson. You don't love your family. Did you go in there and pray with them? No. You don't love your family. Are you showing them Jesus? No. Man, why is this all my fault? They're old enough, you're right. Lead by example. You're a father of a household. You are to lead by example. You are to lead your wife. Your wife is to know that you're the Godhead. Your wife is to know that you're doing everything under the authority of God. By the name of Jesus Christ here. But if your wife is sitting there going, questioning, I don't think my husband is doing that. Well, now here's the thing. It's like man's rules, women, even some men. Here's the rules. If it goes against God's word, we are not to do it. God's ways comes before man's ways. Well, that's being disobedient thing, but he tells you to honor your husband. Okay, honor your husband. It's just like honor your mother, honor your father. What does that mean? To me, pray for him. In the end, I was there for my mother and my father. Why would I had to? Because it was the right thing to do. I'm not saying be back talking and doing all that stuff, because let's face it, some people are in a very abusive relationship. And again, did you pray before you went into this covenant? Probably not. Most people of the world don't pray over things. Let me check again, see what we got. Yeah, unfortunately, that's how, believe it or not, that's how Satan is getting our kids corrupted into this transgender stuff, and this identifying in splitting relations in half. But I'm definitely going to keep you in prayer, because I'm telling you, and believe it or not, I can honestly say that was probably the hardest sin to defeat. It's everywhere. I mean, you look at TV. I remember when the Lord said you're going to see more nudity on TV. You're going to hear more what we call cursing words on there. People, my gosh, you can't even watch a show anymore. It's all about violence, gangs, drugs, sex. I mean, some of these people, they claim to be godly people, but yet look what they have on there. Anybody ever see the Walking Tall? Not the original one, the one with Johnny Knoxville and The Rock did, and the guy with the white hair, the blondish color hair. He was the guy that ran the casino. He got basically kicked out of Hollywood because he refuses to ever do a scene where he has to kiss somebody, because he has that much respect for his wife. To me, I always thought the guy was kind of, but you look at his roles, but you got to feed your family. I mean, does it come to a point where you just go, okay, God, I'm not going to do it? Yes, I believe God would bless you, but you also become in that moment where you got fear. We got to overcome that fear. We got to start putting that away. We got to stop whatever we're doing and change our habits. They say 2 weeks can change a lot of things. 30 days usually takes everything out of there. I had to start blocking my computer where I wouldn't go on there. I put a parental blockage thing on there to block it. No, I'm not going to go on the whole thing of this, but it is tearing America down. I mean, Satan really he knows what he's doing. People, don't take Satan lightly, because he sure doesn't he doesn't care about you, doesn't care about me, doesn't care about anybody but doing his job, and that's destroying us, especially people that are trying to find Christ. He wants us to be spotted and no good to him. These floods, these natural disasters, are they really natural? I mean, look at these fires, people. Come on. You're looking at these explosions underground in the water. Anybody ever stop and think why we're having these? The word starts with the T. I'm not even going to butcher it. I just call them hurricanes, and people correct me. No, Nelson, that's not a hurricane. It's that T word. Okay, I can't pronounce it, so I'm just going to say hurricane. Just follow with me. When you let off explosions underground, I showed people this once. It's like holding a firecracker in your hand. People thought I was gonna. They're like, Nelson, don't do this. Please don't do this. This is ridiculous. Don't do this. I said, watch this. Bam! I got burned. I mean, I did get burned by the dang thing. My hand's still here. I take the same firecracker out of the same pack and ball my fist. I'm not gonna have a hand. I stuck it down inside of an orange and lit it. I cut an orange in half and laid it on top. Yeah, it blew a little pieces here and there, but think about this. Oh man, I just wish I could reach in my back and grab that lower disc out, the very bottom one that keeps pushing off to my right, because I'm tired of putting on. I'm sorry. I told the Lord I wouldn't complain. Forgive me, Lord. See, people, even I, and I'm not doing that to prove a point on anything. That's me actually asking Jesus to forgive me, because I've been complaining about putting these braces on instead of thanking him that I was able to go out and purchase some of this stuff. And people, I'm not kidding you. Look at this stuff. And this is only for my. This is one of the ones that I slide on my calf, and I got another one that goes over this. This goes over my knee. Then I got to put the one on my left knee. Then the bracelet goes around my hip to hold my hip in place. And then the bracelet goes over top of that for my back. And I might be done by then. I might be passed out by then, but hey. You guys are probably like, huh. Okay, so far I'm good on the comments. All right, guys, so let's keep going. We know COVID, people were dying over COVID. I never denied people weren't dying over COVID, but I also said, look at the ABCs, look at the ages. It wasn't for toddlers, and then all of a sudden it wasn't for the seniors. Then all of a sudden it became about the toddlers and became this. If you don't show this symptoms and all this, I even testified people. I went into Procter and Gamble. No, it wasn't Procter and Gamble. It was one of the DCs like that. But anyways, I went in there to pick up a load, and I had my mask on, which I was totally against, but let's face it, sometimes I got to do what man says if it's not against what God says. I walked in there. They had a nurse sitting off to the side. She had a mask on. They had the plexiglass up, as we all became the new now that we still see today. I walked in there, had my mask on. She said, "Excuse me, you need to take your mask off." I said, "What?" She says, "You need to take your mask off." I said, "For?" "So you can put on one of our paper masks." 1 second, please. I walked back out to my truck, which is right there because I was the next one in line. Walked out there, I got a mist bottle. I did do this. And I'm standing there and I went spraying this in the air, and it's the fan and all that stuff's catching it. And she's like, "What are you doing? You want me?" I came in here with the mask on. You want me to take it off? If I have the COVID, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. About as dumb as I can go in a restaurant, as long as I wear the mask in the restaurant, I can take it off to eat. I can get up and walk to the restroom. But I did that like 2 or 3 times just to see if anybody was going to question the fact, hey, he doesn't have a mask on. But you walk in Walmart and it's almost fist fight. I mean, there was a lady that got. I mean, I thought her and Darlene was about to go into this all-out, drag-out fight. I'm like, oh my! All because I mean, I thought she literally was going to push Darlene away from her. She goes, "You're not 6 feet. You're not 6 feet." I'm like, oh man! Look at the fear people go through. But yet, how many people did you see have their mask pulled down like this around their chin? So your nose is exposed, your lips are exposed. But here's where I'm going with this. We believe what we want to believe. Just like I said about the 8-cylinder car. If you say it good enough. But then all of a sudden people are dying. Now don't forget, I know a lot of people that work in the nursing industry, and I know a lot of people that I said, what was wrong with them? Well, Nelson, they had lung complications. They had diabetes. The one was dying anyways. They were getting ready to be put on hospice. Oh, but let me guess. It wasn't the original COVID shot. It was the booster shot. Yeah, how'd you know? Because that's where they're poisoning you. Don't do the boosters. Nelson, we can't do that. Well, I'm telling you not to do the dang booster. You're going to die if you do the boosters. Sure enough, they came in. The one lady, she wasn't feeling good. They gave her the booster, and the very same day she died. She was healthy. How can you go from healthy to die after taking a booster? People getting blood clots. I mean, does anybody see? I mean, how do they say that? We turn a blind eye to things. We see what we want to see. We believe what we want to believe. Uh, you know why God chooses somebody, doesn't choose somebody else. You really think about this, and I did say this once before. Somebody says, and I forget who it was, because I was always talking about that lady with the brown hair that's in New York that eventually comes and helps me move people to this spot, to these caves. And they asked me, they said, "Do you think it was Tracy?" And I said, "My gosh, I hope not. Not in a bad way, because from conversations I've had with Tracy and everything else, I'm sitting there thinking, no, out of love, I would want her to go to heaven." And so then I was like, well, I don't know. Let me ask her. Hey, by any chance, if you're still here, how do you go? Can you imagine? I wish sometimes I could be in front of people and see their faces. She's probably going, "You know what, Nelson? I'm about to slap you." Words have power, man. No, I do not want to be here to go on this journey with you, because first of all, you're talking about a flood. Second of all, you're talking about being up in a building, taking these, I didn't even know fire hoses were in a wall that you pulled out and a freaking hose come out. I mean, this is, and then I went back and I said, wait a minute. Somebody posted, they sent me an email. They said, hey, go watch, oh, I forget the name of the movie. Bruce Willis in it, in that famous line, "Yippee ki line." What is it? Anyways, the movie's not important, but I guess he tied the thing. He goes, "What you're describing, that's what. Go look at this, and you'll understand what you're seeing." Now you could go, well, Nelson, maybe because you watched all these movies over the years, and the fact that your brain socializes this stuff in this. And I actually had a doctor tell me this. He says, I think you play these visions in your head. It's all related to this and that. And I'm just like, are you insane? You insane? I mean, how the heck would I know? Yes. And then he used the fact of truck driver. You probably passed through somewhere. You talked about the Arizona mountain and stuff. It's beautiful. I'm a survivalist, yes. But let me throw a curveball at you here, there, Doc. I'm not even going to give you a carrot, Doc. And I'm not even going to say what's up, Doc, because this is about how ridiculous you're starting to sound to me. Let's just think about this for a split long second here. Just 1 second, but it's going to be a long second. You're saying that this world is full of demonic entities and that they're killing people, cutting their heads off, unless you're taking the mark of the beast. You're saying that I'm going to have the capability, as long as people, because I'm wrapping a rope around us and we're going, as long as they're hooked to the rope, or if we're walking back, we are touching each other. Not in that way. Don't your thoughts here. We can walk right past all these things. I'm capable of doing that. That is the biggest, craziest thing in the world. That's not even humanly possible here. I mean, yeah, Hollywood does it all the time. That's Hollywood. It would be the act of God for that to be able to happen. Well, let's just stop for here for today, and we'll think about some things, and we'll see you next week. Next week never came. I don't need somebody to tell me some ridiculous stuff that you're putting my God in a box, and God is not kept in a box. We as Christians try to put him there. We try to go and, the other thing the Lord's been weighing on us about prayer. And I just want to go with this real quick before I forget, because I almost forgot yesterday. I did. I not almost forgot. I did forget. Prayer, you have to believe what you're praying for. And again, it's got to be God's will. You can't go in there, and I know a lady that used to, I want a brand new, I need a new car. Well, I need a car, but I want a brand new car. I want a truck. I want a Dodge Ram. I want this and that. I said, oh my gosh. Here, let me give you God's ATM card. What the heck does that mean? When you use God for an ATM, eventually, if you don't give back to God, what do you expect to happen? If you stop going to work and you kept swiping your ATM, eventually you're going to have an overdraft and they're going to cut your account off, and you're going to owe them a lot of money. Can't spend something you don't have. If you don't give God no time, what do you expect him to do? But you got to have faith and belief and trust. When you come together with someone in prayer, it happens. That's why I came together with you about the situation about porn and that stuff, because I don't want you destroyed. I want you to go to heaven. Not saying that would keep you out of heaven. I'm not saying that, but it's like anything else. People say smoking marijuana, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a gateway, people. I don't care. I'm not going to argue with you. It's the gateway to so many other avenues, and because it mellows you out to the point you're almost a zombie. What they call the munchies afterwards and all that crazy stuff. Let me look at some of these comments and Amber, oh my gosh, it's been a long time. How are you? Are you on the Rapture watch in September? Ooh, Amber, yeah, you know, you and Tracy, I think, are sisters somehow, because Tracy comes up with some of this stuff that makes my brain stop and go in reverse. And Amber, you've always given me so many different inspiration, and you make my gear go the way I start making notes that I want to pull out the tablets and pull out stuff in there. But to go on and on and on about it, it's good to see you here, um, and I just want to thank even here's a few people that are on here right now. People, I'm sure you can go read their comments, and I'm not picking on anybody, or I'm not glorifying anybody else by there, because you've all have gave great advices and watch certain videos, or you wanted more on videos. Um, but it's just the fact of that trust that we built, and when the roller coaster thing come into effect, it was the high and lows of everything so fast that it just stuck with us. Kind of like I said at the beginning of it. I um I put the dress shirts on, I put the tank tops on. I've had that. I just wanted to put the good old truck shirt on today. Truck talk. You know, I kind of didn't. I've kind of brought more truck talk into this deal right now than I did with the visions and all that. But that's coming. Um, why did I decide to go live? Well, I'm glad you asked. Uh, because I think it's more better this way. That way I can answer some of your questions and some of your comments that don't get answered. At least you can throw the stuff on here and you're seeing my reaction. You get to see my expressions and how I truly feel about things. And there's a lot of stuff that gets under my skin like real quick. And there's other stuff that I just sit back and no, people. I'm no different than anybody else. I'm just a nobody that God chose for some reason. I'm a nobody that God saved out of the mercies of hell. Oh, I shouldn't say the mercies of hell, but anyways, you guys know my language. It is what it is. Um, God changed me this year. I mean, and I just keep coming back to it. It's like if you thought the hell video was something, people, I guess I'm gonna do this video. I didn't really want to do it, but trying not to get emotional here, but God rebroke me. That's all I'm gonna say. God rebroke me, and yeah. Anyways, let me see. Right. I'm telling you, there is some kind of connect, and it's funny because I was getting ready to say that, there is a sisterly thing because you're both on the same team, but the amazing thing about you two is when you two are on like right now that there is this spiritual. It makes me want to just throw everything at you guys, and 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 one thing I liked about all of you that's on here right now, you've all went to my side on things and spoke to the people that were either coming against whatever, trying to rip something down or confused, and you guys gave it a different language that people can understand. That's what makes this page, this channel of God, all of ours. I've said this from the beginning. This is your channel too. Don't be afraid. Don't think I'm going to be offended if you correct a different way of pronunciation or, well, what he's meaning is this. I don't care. I want you to do that. I want you to be a part of this because we are a part of this. We are a part of this walking to heaven. We are a part of this. Eventually, a roller coaster is going to take a dump and we're just going to get off of it. Joking. Because last time I said that, you guys pulled me back on. You said, well, basically, how I looked at it was we're not moving. We're going to sit here. And if we perish, we're going to explain it to God because you didn't continue on with this. Well, I don't want to be responsible for anybody. First of all, I can't make anybody perish, uh, but it was you guys have been on here long enough to know how to get the fire lit back in me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys holding me accountable as the same as I hold other people accountable. We should, and we should do it out of love. And I don't take any offense. I mean, sometimes you guys think I get fired up on things, and because I don't have a problem confronting the devil. Now I don't recommend doing it unless you're. I mean, I'm confident because I lived it. I'm confident because I don't fear dying. And when you can get that way in life, I mean, I've had guns pointed at me. I mean, knives. I mean, good grief. Is is it me? I'm better than anybody else? No, I'm not better than nobody. I mean, I probably got if I was to take all of you right now on this live chat and put you in a bottle and then grab my big giant masonry bottle and the lid's so big it takes all of us to hold it and throw it up there of my sin. I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, God showed me favor. I mean, I'm blessed beyond what I can ever be that I have an opportunity to change things in this world and to bring light in this darkness and this corrupted filth that we're becoming. And yeah, Amber, what was I calling you before? Somebody was saying something about they actually walked me through a name, and I said, I always say it was Sarah. I said, well, I kept calling one lady Sarah. It's like, and the good sport you are, you're just like, okay, well, I guess I'll be Sarah for a while, and but then you explained it, and I still get it wrong. I almost called you Sarah again, but hey, it's it's all good, right? Let's see. Many people dreamed of the rapture in September. I feel the connection to her. Okay, okay, I'm right there, and I hear the September. I'm gonna get to that, guys. He was talking about going back to the dark hair and remembers the New York dreams. Yikes! You feel. Hi, Amber. Tracy. That's nice. Hi, Tracy. See, look how nice that is. And Hebrew name is Sarah. That's right. The Hebrew name. After my grandmother's. I miss my grandma. Thanks, Amber. You made me sad. Sarah. Hebrew name. I'm joking. But I do miss my grandma. It's funny how things in your life changes at different times. Guys, life is going to change. I've seen this in the visions. And notice, I'm sure you guys do remember, but I'm just going to break it down in case somebody don't remember. Visions, when I say visions, I mean, I literally, it's like touching stuff, and I really don't want to drink this, but I got to. It's like looking at poison and saying, drink this, drink it. Give me 1 second. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, um, we are going to have difficulty times coming. We are going to have these floods. We are going to have these times that we're going to feel lost. I guess it's a better way to put it. We have to stay united now more than ever. That's why I've been preaching on this stop this racism stuff. Can you imagine being left here? Think about this. Think about where we are right now in life. Can you imagine how many people would not be able to survive without running? And I guarantee it. I would stake my life on it. And I'm not a betting man in my life these days. I would stake my life. If I'm wrong, I would go to hell on this. That's how confident I am of this. If you're not able to freely worship God now, and your lust is taking over your body, and you're allowing your lust of your flesh to control you, you're going to be left here. You will not be able to repent of your sins. Think about this. Think real hard about this. The mark or the mark. You think about, if I'm pronouncing it right, over there in Jerusalem right now, all the wars that's going on. The Lord showed me, and I told this. I went back. I was trying to find out what video I said it on. You're going to see Jerusalem getting attacked, but Israel will never be touched. Somebody brought it up as Nelson. That's scripture also. I said, okay. Well, thank you for sharing. in a good way. I totally mean that. Not like, thanks for showing me up, because I don't look at it that way. I want people to know more of it. And that's why sometimes I don't give you the Bible scripture. I just say, go to the book of Matthew or go there, because I want you to have that relationship with God. God speaks to that word. God speaks. I mean, look at this. I threw it on the ground. That's a task in itself. But anyways, you think about that book I gave you, Jesus Answers. I recommend going on eBay and getting this book, people. It has helped me through more problems that, but I don't want it to be your only book. I want you to really go to that secret place with God. But anyways, where we were at with this was, I said, here's something we all know. I shouldn't say we all know, but I did a lot of research on this. And where that mosque, I think that's how they pronounce it, the mosque, is built. That's where the original temple was built. Solomon built the temple where it is, where the wall is now. And the Palestinians, or the Palestinians, however you pronounce it, I butcher a lot of words, but destroyed it. So, follow me on this rabbit trail for a minute. You may agree or disagree. You're okay to disagree. We're looking for the third temple to be built, which it says that the Antichrist shall sit and reign. Lucifer shall come and he shall take throne in the temple. I might be wrong on this, but I don't think so. If the ground that mosque sits on is the holy temple, where the holy temple sat, it's holy land to God. Okay, that land was never supposed to be given away, nor was it was supposed to be to the Palestinians or anything else. But we are disobedient people, just like some of the rabbis and all that stuff over there, and the Pharisees and all that. Even if they still, I don't even know if they still practice with the Pharisees and the high priests and all that. I really don't know. But they're still in belief that Jesus was just a prophet. Okay, so if that's the case, then how do you explain the things that happen? We can't. But if I'm right, the temple's already built for Lucifer. The temple's already built for the high priest. It's a mockery of God that they built their temple on top of God's holy land, in God's holy place. If I'm right, he's going to go sit on a throne of disgust, mockery to God. I am sitting in your place, in your holy, where your holy temple was, that I brought chaos, filth, because it's too easy. It's too easy to send my wolves that look like sheep into your churches. I'm destroying your churches. You're going to start hearing this, people. You're going to start hearing churches slow down. Everything I'm telling you, this is the stuff I see. And I'm telling you what Satan goes in Lucifer. People think I'm crazy, but Lucifer is a sharp-dressed man. Every time I see him, he takes his tie and tightens it up real tight. You got to remember, as a child, I've seen him. He's the one I told you sat on my bed and says, they don't love you, but I do. Where are they? Where's this God? Where's this Jesus? He's so soft and settle spoken. As a child, I knew no different. Man was hurting me, but here's a man that I could trust. Who's to say later on that I end up in the places where I ended up? But it wasn't Lucifer, because when I started getting more older and more angrier, I started coming against him. Really? If you love me so much, then why are your demons dragging me out of bed? Why are your demons throwing me against walls? Why are your demons choking me? Why are your demons dragging me down steps? Why are your demons throwing me down steps? I mean, I can go down the list of stuff here. Why did I get in a car crash and the engine end up in the front seat? I'm pushed front seats into the back seat, and I came out of a trunk. It buckled it so bad. I wonder why the trunk lid flew open. Sure wasn't Satan. He wanted me to die. I believe God popped that trunk open. I came out with it busted here, ripped part of my skin off here in the flesh. Busted my nose, big deal. I've had my nose broken so many times. It doesn't even faze me anymore. Today it probably would because I've become a powder puff and everything hurts me. I stubbed my toe and I'm crying a week. I'm still crying about my toe. I hit 2 months ago. Guys are probably like, he's lost and he's done. We're off. Nelson, just stop. We're getting off. Next stop. Like the Metro bus things. Get me off. Done. But I'm not one to tell you to prepare for things. I tell you to read, and I tell you to prepare your spirit and your soul and your flesh. Jesus taught me a while ago, keep your mind as I have with my Father in prayer. Keep your heart in love, because my Father loved us so much that he sent his Son, me, Jesus, to the earth. You keep your mind in your sight, in your love of your heart, and you keep your mind and your heart together. You can't sin, he said, because you're loving everything around you and you're constantly in prayer to me, which goes to the Father. Think about how cool that is. I did. I still use that today. I still pray. Help me keep my mind and my heart. My mind and my heart together. People are like, your mind's there. Let's see. I always say your channel isn't about the number of subscribers, but the people who can take the lessons learned. But reach is hurting. You know, I definitely like the et cetera, et cetera. I'm just kidding. But you you're absolutely right. You've said that a lot, and it's not for everybody. But one of the things you said that always stuck with me that kind of made me go, right. Uh, this channel isn't for everybody either. This channel is for the people that truly are stuck in somewhere in their lives and they're trying to figure out how to get out of it. And I believe God brings us all here because in some crazy way, I know many of you probably may not have ever watched certain Christmas cartoons or anything, but as a child, I still actually have them on VHS. Serious, I do. But the Island of Misfit Toys. I think about when Rudolph, Jesus being Rudolph, and Santa being God, not Saint Claus. That's a whole another avenue. But Jesus bringing God to pick up the misfits, to bring us home. And I believe that time's coming. September, it wouldn't surprise me because, uh, as some of you do know, the Jewish calendar, and a lot of prophets and a lot of people are prophesying right now that this could be people. I mean, it literally can. What if it is? I've been saying, what if tomorrow doesn't come? I mean, September's right around the corner. I mean, we're knocking at the door. Jesus is knocking at the door. I honestly, I said not too long ago, and I'm going to wrap it up here. I'll be back on tomorrow about 11 o'clock tomorrow too. Um, I've been saying all along, people, I don't, I feel 2025, but I don't think we're going to, I really, in my spirit, I don't think we'll see out of 2026 the way this is going. I mean, there's no way we can survive in this. I mean, they just keep raising everything up. Our taxes, the IRS. I mean, they're giving all these free stimuluses, all this free. People, nothing's free. We're not even free anymore. And that's what kills me when people bring up the slavery and all this stuff. I'm like, you don't even know slavery yet. Your ancestors didn't even know slavery. Did if we go to earthly slavery, we got to go back to the Jews then. What the Egyptians did. I mean, I get it. I get it, people. There's people being burned and people being hung and stuff like that. But uh, I came, they're being dipped in oil and lit like candles and stuff. They're just throwing the bodies into a hole because they just dug a big hole. And as the Jewish people were dying, they're just throwing them in there. And then you had the whole, what's it called, the whole holy cost or whatever it's called. I can't. I don't even like to really think about that kind of stuff, But you also look at, um, I want to say Putin. Oh my gosh, not Putin. Um, Hitler. It was recorded by the staff taking his food and placing it by there. He started screaming. Now this is recorded. Somebody please help me. They're coming from me. Here they come. There was nobody in the room. What was coming? Demons. What else could he be talking about? He was normal until it was time to go back to work. And look what he did. There's no other way to look at that, people. You're not going to tell me somebody's going to wake up today and go, I'm just going to go on a rampage and grab women on trails and rape them and kill them. Or just rape them. Some people, they just get raped and they got to live with that the rest of their life. I know 2 girls that took their lives because of what happened to them. It's the saddest thing ever when you finally get that call and you just can't even relate to some of the stuff that's going on in this world. And I think that's why we have this channel. I think it's helping us cope with our livelihoods, our own struggles at home, music, movies, just daily lives, to know that I still pray, Lord, show me something I've never went through so I can listen to somebody else tell me how they got through something. I don't know why God chose me. I don't know why he kept me alive. I deserve hell. And I'm not even, I tell you guys this all the time. I deserve to be in hell. I don't deserve God's grace. I don't deserve uh, all the blessings that God pours out to me. But I tell you, I see things a lot different now. Just, it's amazing. Let me check up on the comments again before I jump off here. Beautiful. I don't know what's beautiful, but something's beautiful. But anyways, if you guys got time, jump on tomorrow. Guys taking time out of your day, even still there today here. I'm going to dig into some more of what I believe September is going to bring. And if anything, when you get time to watch it, watch it. But as always, guys, I do appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you guys for always being supportive and being here. And much love to all of you. And may God be with you. May God protect your thoughts. May God slow you down and give you time to breathe today. Okay. God bless you guys. I love you. Till the next one.